Morning, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We'll convene as drainage trustees. Can I get approval of the tentative agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Courtney, would you read the minutes from the previous meeting?
Previous meeting was July 14, 2025. The Wright County Board of Supervisors met in regular session as trustees of the drainage districts with the following members present: Rick Rasmussen, Dean Cluse via telephone, Lynn Luke, Ashley Bosch, and Betty Ellis. Also present were Courtney Morris, drainage administrator, and Amanda Meyer, auditor. Other interested parties were Robert Watts and Wright County monitor via Zoom. Jerry Meyer and Herb Shore, Lee Galentine with PGA engineer. Motion by Rasmussen and seconded by Cluse to call the meeting to order. Motion carried. A conference call with Humboldt County trustees was held at 9 a.m. to review and act on updated MOU. Present on conference call were Humboldt County Supervisor Rick Peterson, Sandy Looney, Bob Rasmussen, and Mike Carpenter, Trish Erickson, the auditor, and Terry Stufflebean, the drainage administrator. Wright County Chairman Rasmussen called the meeting to order. Humboldt County began the discussion explaining the updates to the current MOU. We're adding verbiage for how joint drainage assessments will be handled. Motion by Wright County Ellis, seconded by Humboldt County Reimers to approve the updated MOU with Humboldt County. Motion carried. Wright County Chairman Rasmussen adjourned the joint meeting. Motion by Ellis and seconded by Rasmussen to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carried. Minutes of the previous meeting on July 7, 2025 were read and approved. Drainage claims for payment were approved. There were 2 work orders that were reviewed and approved. First one was for DD 215 on the main in section 5 of Pleasant Township for a 16-inch tile blowout. The second one was for DD 7 in section 11 of Vernon Township for a washout and cave in the ditch bank. Morse presented the following drainage invoice, which was for Moss Dam construction for DD 149 section 24 of Woolstock Township and the amount of $771. This is the one that they had that miscalculation on a couple weeks ago and they corrected. Motion by Cluse and seconded by Ellis to sign and approve invoices for payment. Motion carried. A conference call with Franklin County and Hancock County trustees was held at 9:15 a.m. to review and act on updated MOU. Present on conference call were Franklin County Supervisors Chris Finesse, Gary McVicker, and Richard Lukensmeyer, Katie Flint, auditor, and Colette runs the drainage clerk. Hancock County Supervisors Lawrence Sisk Greiman, Osmond Bud Dermlin, and Gary Rayhans, Michelle Eisenman, auditor, and Jeremy Purvis, the Hancock County engineer, HC engineer. Wright County Chairman Rasmussen called the joint meeting to order. Morris began the discussion explaining the updates to the current MOU. We're adding verbiage for how joint drainage assessments will be handled. Motion by Wright County Cluse, seconded by Hancock County Rayhans to approve the updated MOU with Hancock and Franklin County. Motion carried. Franklin County left the joint conference call. Hancock County and Wright County trustees continued the conference call to review and act on updated MOU. Morris began the discussion explaining the updates to the current MOU. We're adding verbiage for how joint drainage assessments will be handled. Motion by Wright County Rasmussen, seconded by Hancock County Greiman to approve the updated MOU with Hancock and Franklin County. Motion carried. Wright County Chairman Rasmussen adjourned the joint meeting. The trustees went into recess at 9 a.m. I gotta correct that time there. The trustees returned at 9:30 a.m. to discuss DD 62 drone footage and take possible action to appoint CGA as engineer. Lee Galentine, engineer with CGA, addressed the trustees and walked through the drone footage stills that Morris put together of various broken and damaged tile outlets. Damaged or missing surface drains, sloughing and erosion areas, and areas with debris and brush needing removal. Galentine explained that the construction costs to correct all the issues would be $80,000 to $100,000. This does not include any engineer costs. It was also mentioned that DD 62 is approximately 3.12 miles long and was last cleaned out at the end of 2014. Ellis voiced that she did not feel that an engineer would be necessary with the documentation that we had. She requested that it be put on the agenda, on the July 21st agenda, to set a date and time for a public hearing as required by Iowa Code. on repairs needed to DD 62 open ditch. Motion by Ellis and seconded by Bosch to adjourn the meeting, motion carried.
Okay, we have some corrections. Do I have approval once you get some corrections done?
I have a question.
Mhm.
So on, where it says motion by Wright County Ellis, second by Humboldt County Reimers isn't put in up here. Where Humboldt County,
On the first page,
yeah, on the first page. So where it says president of conference call Humboldt County, Rick Peterson, Sandy Lynn, Bob Rasmussen, and Mike Carpenter. And then 1, 2, 3 down, it says second by Humboldt County Reimers.
I will check on that one.
He wasn't on up here.
He was the one who seconded,
Okay, so he just needs to be added then on
yes.
the conference call under supervisors. Okay. And then we didn't go into recess at 9 o'clock.
No, she's gonna change
Yeah, I'm gonna
that.
correct that one.
And I, on the voice that I didn't feel that an engineer would be necessary. I think I wanted to let the landowners more so decide whether they want to pay for an engineer or not. I don't know if that, because I questioned whether one,
Okay,
and instead of did not feel, maybe questioned whether an engineer. Since we're making other changes.
Motion to approve with those changes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes, just let me know when you're ready for me to sign that, if you would, please. Okay, drainage claims.
you had one claim, which was the Mazian construction invoice for the $771.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
All ayes. Open forum for public input regarding drainage districts. Review and act on drainage work orders.
We have a few of them here. The first one is for Rick. It is in DD 219, section 28 of Norway. This is submitted by Donovan Baker as 2 washouts. The next one is also for Rick. It was requested by Scott Anderson and DD 10 on the main open ditch, section 35 of Norway Township. It was reported as a washout. The next one is for Dean in Drainage District 36 sub 1 on the main and section 3 of Dayton Township. It was requested by Austin Keller. And it was reported as the tile is broken and the culvert has collapsed, filling the county main with dirt restricting water flow.
Yeah, that one, he's requesting that we don't do the work until after harvest.
Correct. And he did give us some pictures on that. And then the last one is also for Dean in Drainage District 36 lateral A, section 3 of Dayton Township. Also reported by Austin Keller as Beaver Dam needs removal, and he has already had a trapper out there.
Motion to approve the,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Any drainage invoices?
We just have one invoice, which is from Webster County. And this is for the postage for the public hearing notices that they mailed out. And the amount of $11.38.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Okay, set date and time on public hearing on repairs needed to Drainage District 62 open ditch.
The earliest date that you could set this for following the 40-20 rule would be September 1st.
Should we do
Labor Day,
So that's
And-
Labor Day, so it'd be September 2nd.
September 2nd.
So that's, Labor Day weekend. Maybe we should push it back 1 week.
I think it should be the
September
8th.
8th.
And that, is that including like your mailing and your notices and all of that?
We just have to set it 40 days and then mailing for 20 days before.
Gotcha, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to set that public hearing for September 8th.
Second,
And time that you would like to have it at, would it be after our regular meeting, you think? So
We
maybe
can
like
Move
10
all the
o'clock,
Drainage later.
so maybe do a 10 o'clock, does that work out for the,
Do
Yeah.
you know of anything that's on that day? There's nothing on there yet. Okay. 10 o'clock would work.
And you're gonna let Lee Galantine know that too, because
Yes.
we requested that he be here for that. Or at least present some.
Yeah, just let us know if it works out for him for September 8th at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That being a motion from Betty, do we have a second?
second from Dean.
Oh, sorry, Dean. All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Anything else, Courtney?
Just made the comment that last week I walked that DD 36 lateral C and took some pictures so we can see what the status of that ditch is right now. With the rocks,
the,
the one east or west of Clarion here. We had that landowner came in and, had a concern about some of the boulders and smaller rocks and stuff that were left up there on the top of the ditch, so. I went out and took some pictures so we could see what was actually there. There is, a couple spots with some larger chunks of riprap that, Henniger probably needs to go out and remove those.
mhm.
He did state though that he is gonna go back in the fall after the rain and all that gets done and see if there's anything else. Other than that, they were smaller, probably hand size rocks and whatnot, so.
Yeah, when, I was really surprised after they completed the project and moved out, how much riprap was left at the top half of the bank and not down by the flow line, and that didn't really make a lot of sense to me, but was there much washing or sloughing or anything like that, or washing away
I
a
didn't
ditch
see
bank?
anything in the ditch itself,
Mhm.
it looked pretty good, but my main concern for going out there was check up at the top, up in the top of the edge in the field to see what was all out there.
And I've also been on him to get out there and walk it.
I think he was out there, they were gonna take the side by side out there and run down the whole length of it. And have the guys move anything that they saw, and one of the spots that did have some of the bigger chunks was kind of buried a little bit in the grass. So it was a little hard to see, but there was a larger one that was a couple feet away from the edge of the grass, so.
Mhm.
I'll stay on him for
I've got pictures upstairs too, so,
it. Okay,
and kind of let them know right where those specific spots are,
sounds good.
so.
Courtney, any, update or information that needs to be shared with supervisors from the administrator training?
Not really at this time.
Okay,
We had some discussion about a new bill that has come out that is going into effect on July 1 of 2026 regarding, real estate and drainage, and giving the recorder's office a documentation of essentially the classification for each of the districts so that they can enter that information in. All that information has to be given to them and entered in and whatnot by that July 1 date. And then trying to figure out that process going forward for any time that there's any splits, consolidations, things like that. That'll be a discussion to be had on how the recorder's office would like to receive that information and all that. So still a lot going on, to be figured out with that, but yeah, over 207 districts that recorder's office will be getting the classification for.
I know Annette Sweeney was talking also about wanting all drainage in abstracts moving forward. I don't know, is
For
that
that
what this
reason,
is,
yes.
that's what this is about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Courtney, do you know that recording, the way we're kind of understanding it is that it's just new districts that will be recorded?
Everything. Every district that we have right now, we have to get to you before July 1 so that you can have it entered in by July 1. of 2026. And then we have to give it to you in a timely manner after that for any changes, any new districts that are created, all that.
There's just been some discussion in my district and I don't know, kind of the way I rate it is that it's new, anything that's new.
So I got a copy of what Annette Sweeney gave us last week upstairs, so I can share that with you as well.
Anything else?
So that won't attach, it'll be just a recording, but it won't be attached to each property.
It'll be attached, because I have to give parcel IDs. The districts.
Ooh.
Yeah, the bill states exactly what I have to give as part of the document,
Oh,
so,
that's a lot of parcels.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes?
Do you think Solutions will be able to pull some of them? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know,
I've only been waiting for what, 3 years to get scanned images.
Was that a joke?
no, it's kind of, she was trying to serious, I'm thinking how.
I was smile on your face, please.
I can tell you that
I'm just thinking how overwhelming and how many parcels that is, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's a ton.
yeah,
yeah.
I know that there was discussion amongst those that have Tyler, that Tyler is looking into something, but
Mhm.
nobody with a Solutions County had mentioned anything yet, so.
We'll be taking volunteers.
I think I'm busy that day. Wow, okay.
Okay, we will now convene as supervisors. I need approval of the tentative agenda.
Make a
So moved.
motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes? Would you read the minutes of the previous meeting? Here, Courtney.
July 14th, 2025, the Board of Supervisors met as drainage district trustees to view the minutes in the drainage meeting to the minutes from the county website. Chairman Rasmussen called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9:58 a.m. Members present were Bosch, Rasmussen, Luce, and Ellis, with Luce present via telephone. Motion by Luce and second by Luce to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. The minutes of the previous regular meeting of July 7th, 2025 were read and approved. Approved claims for payment. In open forum, Jerry Meyer discussed the 12 to 15 dead trees in the road ditch west of Eagle Grove on both the north and south side of the road. Meyer also discussed the gravel road on 270th Street that is narrowing to 20 feet from 30 feet. He was told it would be 25 feet width, and now that is down to 20 feet, it is very dangerous. Jeremy Abbas, assistant to the Wright County engineer, states that their office is going by what the DOT states with the amount of traffic there is. Meyer would like more room on the driveways to be. Stated they will get something put together for that on that road. Herb Schuer also spoke in open forum about utilizing the courthouse yard on July 14th, 2026. Auditor Meyer stated that he will need to contact Andrew Yackel, Buildings and Grounds Director, to fill out an application. Motion by Cluse, second by Ellis to receive the quarterly revenue report from the Wright County Auditor. Motion carries. Motion by Bosch, second by Luce to receive the quarterly revenue report from the Wright County Recorder. Motion carries. Motion by Rasmussen, second by Luce to receive the semi-annual report from the Wright County Treasurer. Motion carries. Tony Nicholas, Wright County Assessor, presented the homestead tax credit application, 65+ homestead exemption applications, sale of veteran homestead property tax credit applications, and military service property tax exemption applications to allow or disallow. These were due July 1st and are for the 2025 valuations payable in 2026-2027 fiscal year. Motion by Ellis and second by Luce to allow or disallow the applications as the assessor has recommended on the exemptions. Motion carries. Addis presented the Iowa DOT detour agreement for the bridge replacement that will happen on Highway 3 between Ida and Jackson Avenue. Motion by Ellis and second by Luce to approve the Iowa DOT agreement for project BRF-003-4 parentheses 45-38-99. Motion carries. Have us give an updated map of the additions of seismic testing. This will still need to follow the 250-foot setback as stated in the agreement. Have us give an update on the secondary roads permit. Rasmussen congratulated Andrew Yago for 15 years and Tiffin Pullman for 5 years of service to Wright County. Motion by Bosch, second by Ellis to adjourn the meeting, motion carries.
Any additions or corrections? If not, they stand approved as read. Okay, claims have been around. Open forum for public input. Tiffin Pullman, Wright County. Communications director to present wage adjustment. And we need to review and take action on wage adjustment for communication center. Floor is yours.
Alright, so this particular employee, started in April, and we discussed when we increased the starting wage that when we had to hire again, that we would have to increase her. So that's why I'm requesting the increase that I am for her.
But my understanding is she has completed, the training.
Yeah, she just has the 40-hour class, which is in September, but otherwise she's good to go. She got everything done very quickly.
Okay.
Yep, she's doing a good job.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
All ayes. Do I need to sign this or anything or?
Nope.
No,
Thank you.
no, thank you. How's it going down there? Good?
Good, yeah, on, Thursday, if you guys didn't know, they had a fiber in Eagle Grove, I don't know what happened or whatever, but we were having some phone line issues. So then later on, it got worse, so we ended up deferring our 911 calls to Humboldt County, and it was probably about 12:30 at night when they got it fixed. And then so we got them back, but everything worked out fine, but.
Yeah,
There's a
apparently
lot
they
of-
cut a fiber line that goes under the railroad tracks right there by AGP on
Mhm.
Second Street Northwest, I think. Northeast, somewhere right in there. And then the notes I got from ICN, which is who runs that fiber, was the duct they were working in. They had to pump water out of it. And when they pumped the water out, the conduit collapsed, so they had to
Shoot.
replan to go under the railroad tracks. And if you've never dealt with railroad companies and trying to bore underneath their railroad tracks, they are picky about what you do around railroad. And so the added delay does not surprise me, but it was unfortunate because of that collapse, so.
I was just glad that they continued to work on it past dark and got it
I mean,
taken care of, so.
I was getting hourly updates on it, so yeah.
Is that all taken care of now?
Yep.
Yep, it's back up and running. It not only affected us, but it did also affect the clerk of courts Thursday and Friday. Up on second floor because they use that same run and they happened to try and do a jury trial upstairs, and so there was like a lot of chaos.
Also affected all the hospitals,
Yes. And some of
all
the
the hospitals,
were
even Des
affected.
Moines,
Yep,
Really? Wow.
Iowa Specialty.
yeah.
Sweet.
It's a big deal.
I mean, too bad.
But we're all back and running and everything's back to normal now, so.
On the railroad called my office looking for the easement that they had between that communications company.
Oh,
Oh, they said, we need it right now, and it's like, you never had it recorded, I don't have it.
yeah,
I thought, why are you looking for that, why aren't you just fixing it? You're the one-
yeah, yeah. So I think ultimately it sounded like they ended up
Exactly.
with plan C of trying to cross that tracks or go under those tracks. So yeah, it was,
An expensive cut.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Adam Clemens, Wright County Engineer.
So just a quick update, a lot of FEMA work, we've had quite a bit of rain, as you all know. So the guys are out fixing FEMA spots, preparing dust controls for this, next application coming up here soon. Trucks, we're hauling to FEMA spots, also to a couple work orders, that we had put in, 270th and 190th northwest of town here. They did get some hauling in on their gravel for their, year one gravel. So that's a 4-year rotation on our gravel, so we're working on year one and obviously year two next year.
Is that coming out of the Dow's pit?
There's,
Or-
it won't be out of the Dows, it'll be in the Dows area, it'll be out of Meineke. Down south on, like 310th, somewhere in there,
Okay.
so, but the Dows pit is that's limestone.
On the Franklin County.
Yes, that's limestone, so, but if they're
What is
hauling
that?
out of,
Martin Marietta, is that one considered
yes.
Martin Marietta?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And
So-
the one down here,
that is, Stratford gravel. Yeah,
trying to keep,
that has the lease on it, yeah, but we call it the Meineke pit and then the
Okay.
Dows pit. 28 work orders done, where our truck was also doing some shouldering, and then we did some toll patching on the east side of the lake, in that interior of houses, not, on Page Avenue, but the interior of the houses area. 28 work orders done, hauling objectives we talked about, and then some miscellaneous, a lot of over the road and damage assessment and, doing FEMA work orders, so if we ever have FEMA come in, we're ready. So, seems to be more statewide now, so hopefully that it starts
My
to,
Hancock County, their fair was underwater, just like ours.
yep, yeah, so hopefully it gets a little more widespread so we can get some of this damage costs back.
How's the bridge?
It's coming along, it's, the bridge up in Belmont, they tried to haul dirt to it last week, and I'm sure all that dirt is gone. And then the bridge down south, we're still waiting for the water to go down. So on the west side.
That's what I said, when it stops raining, somebody asked me, when's that bridge gonna be done? I said, when it stops raining.
So probably August, hopefully.
Adam, the shouldering, are they gonna continue to work on that or?
Yeah, we'll continue to work on that where needed. It's kind of just as needed. We don't really do a program anymore. But if you know of any spots, that you think might need it, just send me a text.
Okay, C70 for sure.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Anything else?
so do you keep like with the washing on the side of the road, you know, like where you shouldered, you know, because it looks beautiful by the house, but then all of a sudden this rain comes and it's doing
Yeah.
some washing. Do you keep track of that also,
Yeah.
or?
Yeah, problem is that that's on a paved route, so that takes a different kind of project for FEMA, account. So it's a ER,
Mhm.
so it deals with something different than gravel roads,
Oh.
so
Gotcha.
a little bit more in
So many,
depth.
so many rules.
Yes, exactly, so, but if any ER projects get brought up, we can jump on that. Yeah. Any other questions?
Nope,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Old business. New business.
Not really business, but a meeting that I had. I went to the Lincoln dinner, Republican Lincoln dinner down in Des Moines last Thursday. And it was interesting. I've never gone before. And Wright County did have a table, so it was an interesting event.
Super. Any update on meetings?
Board of Health, but there's nothing to report. And I'll have, opioid on Wednesday.
Anything else before the board? I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Have a good week, everyone. I know
Thanks, y'all.
Stay right in that area, because there's about 7 fish right there.